Thanks for coming back to the show. Here we go again. Today we're talking about the power of doing what you love, and that's going to include some thoughts on what makes people feel fulfilled and harnessing the power of consistency in motivation. Those are a few elements in why doing what you love plays such a massive role in people's success in a variety of different areas. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So to kick this off, I've got a blurb from Kobe Bryant when he was asked about what the difference is between the greats and everyone else. His answer was love. We love what we do. He went on to say that basically it's better than the championships. It's just having the opportunity to continue to work on his skills in basketball, to take his skill set to the highest point possible. And then, of course, embedded in that, win as many championships as I can, and maybe pick up a few sponsorships and make millions and millions and millions of dollars. So, but love is his response. Doing what we love. He says, we love it so much. The sound of the basketball tapping the floor and the squeak of shoes, the swish of the net when the ball rips through there. It's like these elements of the game and the opportunity to work on getting better at those things is what drive him and many of the great ones, right? We've got a Steve Jobs quote later on that's a similar sentiment. So doing what you love provides so much more opportunity for success. And here's why. But my first question that I would ask you is, like, what do you want out of life? Like, what are you even trying to get out of life? Very broad question, and the answer is probably equally broad. It's like we want some sort of fulfillment, right? We want to feel fulfilled, a sense of meaning or purpose in our lives. Well, what does that mean? How do you get that? How do you get fulfillment? So I want to take you to an article called What Makes People Feel Fulfilled in Their Lives, and this is coming from therapytips.org. So they break this down in a few ways. They say, here's how the researchers define the components of life fulfillment. Number one, unfolded self and life. This refers to the extent one can pursue projects that personally matter, be their unique self, and lead to a true life. Number two, worthwhile life. This relates to the perception that one can invest one's own capabilities well and can live a meaningful and worthwhile life, which I feel like relates very much to number three, which is positive impact and legacy. Refers to making a positive difference, leaving something of value, and doing something with one's life that matters to others. Okay, so we want to pursue personal interests, whether that's, hobbies or art or work. We want something that sort of means something to us, represents us personally. It could be in art and sports, in fashion, in tech. It could be in any variety of things, something that represents you and means a lot to you personally, and that can be as personalized as possible. But then we want to have this worthwhile service to the community around us, right? We want to be able to take our skill set, something that we have developed and are capable of creating or producing or doing for others, and do that well so that it leaves a positive impact on other people's lives in the world in general after we leave. There are a few other factors that they say promote fulfillment. Those are volunteering, spirituality, financial stability, education, and a positive childhood experience. The researchers note that leading a fulfilling life is a long-term process and not one that can be achieved in a short amount of time. It also requires a giving spirit. The good life is not a self-centered life, they say. Helping others, passing on one's experience, or making a difference in one's environment, which can happen on a small scale, provides people the feeling that their lives matter. The beauty of this concept is that one can make a positive difference in another person's life, regardless of age or resources. So that's it from therapytips.org, but they conceptualize a lot there, and basically the components that help us feel fulfilled in life, a lot of it is having personal interest in something we pursue, and being able to make a positive impact in the lives of those around us. So when it comes to that 9 to 5 gig, right? That 8 to 10 hours a day that we spend trying to make money and provide enough money and resources to the people we love and hopefully retire one day, those are significant amounts of time. And having a sense of fulfillment from that 9 to 5 job or time frame is very critical in feeling fulfilled in life in general, right? Because I don't know about you, but I've sort of come up against this. It seems like so many of our basic needs are very easy to get, right? As production has just improved over time, we've extracted more and more resources from the earth. We've gotten better at manufacturing and farming and shipping and all these things. Energy is cheap, food is cheap, clothing is cheap, you know, everything's at our fingertips. Literally, you push a few buttons and they'll deliver anything you want right to your doorstep. It's like our basic needs have kind of been covered to a degree, or at least they're not that hard to get. And so going to a job 8, 9, 10 hours a day that doesn't inherently give me a lot of fulfillment isn't just unfulfilling, it's somewhat depressing, right? And I think we're running into this problem a lot in society nowadays, where people can make a lot of money for a lot of different things because of the internet. We've just got countless opportunities for employment and incomes. But if it doesn't mean much to you, it can start to feel like, what am I even doing here, right? Whereas when I was young and just starting my family and doing kind of school and work at the same time, and being able to provide those basic needs and a little extra was very fulfilling. It didn't matter that the job was not super satisfying. It was so intrinsically connected to providing for my little family, and it was new and novel to me, that I felt a major sense of pride in that. But years later, where it's like we've accumulated a lot of stuff, our finances are quite stable, to go work 8 hours a day away from my family on a project that's not very meaningful to me is difficult. It causes, you know, some strange tension in me personally, right? So it's like a little bit of depression could come from that. I see depression all over, right? Everyone's on depression meds, and a lot of people dealing with anxiety and things. And I think it may be associated with some of these things. So let's get into why, like, what are the benefits of having a job that you really like, or being able to pursue your passion, right? As people are constantly saying. Well, number one, you're going to more easily be able to focus on the now and enjoy today right now. You're not going to be living for, as they say, weekends and whiskey, right? You're going to be able to enjoy every single day, at least to some degree, right? And now, even doing things you enjoy, like Kobe playing basketball, that included icing his joints and sprained ankles and a torn Achilles and all kinds of things, right? So it doesn't mean every day is really problem free and wonderful, but more often than not, you're going to enjoy the time you're spending on it. And since it's kind of coming from a deeper place, something of meaning to you personally, you're willing to go beyond the surface level without much push, right? Your motivation is very, very deep and built up. And as we talked about in the Earned Life last week, his definition basically says that real motivation is actually that willingness to go above and beyond and do all the tasks required to meet the goal, right? And so you're going to be very motivated in that. You're going to be able to focus on today and live in the now, and you'll be less distracted, because instead of trying to look at the clock and hope the day ends sooner, or check your phone every time you get a chance, you're going to be more focused on the project. And when you're more focused, you're more efficient. Also, when you don't like your job, you don't feel like you get paid enough, and it becomes about the money. So now you're always negotiating salaries or looking for a new opportunity that'll pay more. It becomes about literally the dollar value. But in a job that you enjoy, it doesn't matter so much how much you're getting paid. Like, if it's something you would do for free, then getting paid anything is amazing, right? And so um, you're satisfied with your circumstances rather than being dissatisfied with your circumstances and your money and all the other things, right? It starts to trickle out. So either way, if you're dissatisfied, it trickles out to your life. If you're very satisfied with your work, it trickles out to your life. And then a big one is you'll be able to harness the power of consistency, which consistency, we've touched on this on a variety of books. I mean, Atomic Habits is all about getting consistent, being able to do something every day. The Exceptional Power of Consistency, I believe, is one of the episodes and books we read. Consistency helps you become very efficient and proficient. It helps you be able to see the details at a finer and finer level. And as you can see the details, you can make course corrections and things like that. And so, I'm going to keep back Kobe Bryant. Like, he was so obsessive with the game that he was studying when he wasn't playing. And when he was playing, he was working on very, very minor details. He had gone so far, it wasn't just how to dribble and do a crossover. He was going on to where are the refs supposed to be positioned on the court so that if he needs to hold a jersey or get away with a small foul or something, he can position himself in the right place and do it at the right time so that none of the three refs really catch it. He was at finer and finer detail than the competition around him. And when you can go that deep in your area of expertise, you basically beat the competition by default, even if you're not competing, right? So it gives you this ability to continually go deeper and deeper and deeper. It gives you the ability to take advantage of opportunities that maybe come only so often, and you happen to be present, ready, and locked and loaded, right? It also helps you protect your downside when the storms come, when bad things happen. You're still putting in the time and making sure that you're not getting a loss or getting your skills aren't becoming dull, etc. Another way to say those two concepts is you're making progress on good days and you're maintaining on bad days, right? So you never really go backwards. You're always just staying or moving forward. So I do want to reference a quote from The Earned Life that I have read before, but it says, they're the kind of people the Nobel Prize winning physicist and teacher Richard Feynman had in mind when he advised his students, fall in love with some activity and do it. Nearly everything is really interesting if you go into it deeply enough. Work as hard and as much as you want to on the thing you like to do the best. Don't think about what you want to be, but what you want to do. Keep up some kind of minimum with other things so that society doesn't stop you from doing anything at all. So basically minimize activity outside of what you want to be doing, and so that you can focus a lot of energy on the thing that you really want to be doing, and you'll have so much success kind of by default. And what is success anyway, right? Success is, again, living a fulfilled life. And so if you can manage to pay your bills and have a little bit of extra entertainment and things off the back of doing what you enjoy anyway, well, then you've really struck gold, right? Steve Jobs says the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. So in a world of possibility where you can do literally almost anything you want and get paid for it, because you can take what you want and put it online, make a podcast, make a YouTube video, put it on all the social media platforms. You can sell it, you can package it, you can ship it. You can do anything. Find a way to attach the thing you enjoy doing, not just sleeping, something productive that can serve the world, but you have personal interest in. Find that thing where those things cross, package it up, and find a way to serve the world with it. You'll make money. So anyway, I hope you guys found some value in this. If so, subscribe, follow, share, etc. And I appreciate you listening. We'll catch you on the next one.